everybody, it's Murphy Gray Hunter, and we are back for VLOGOWEEN day 21. Woo, woo. We have made it 21 frickin' days. Lord, guys, this has been a struggle. I mean, when I go back to make, after VLOGOWEEN, I'm going to go back to pre-making my videos. I would do like 4 or 5 videos a day. I'm going to still try to post a video every single day, except for the weekends. Sorry, guys, I was choking. I'm a lot better now. Guys, I was like making this video, and I took some of my coffee, and then I drank some water, and then I almost died. Yeah. It's because I was trying to drink my coffee before I did the video, because when I show y'all my cup and it's full, and then I start talking, and then my coffee gets cold. So I was trying to be a rebel and drink it before, so that way it was almost empty. See what happens when I try to, like, you know, be sneaky? Anyway, we are, what are we? Help me. Monday. Are we Monday? Monday, October 21st, and it's about 5:30 in the afternoon. My husband just left to work, and now I'm going to do this video. Guys, okay, I'm better now. Let me show you my cup. Look at my cute pumpkin cup. Oh, it's so cute. If y'all follow me on Pinterest, which is under Murphy Gray Hunter, I have so many boards. Like, ooh, I have a lot of boards. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too, but I have so many boards. And anyway, I was looking at coffee mugs one time, and I saw this really cute pumpkin one, and I wanted one so bad, and I looked everywhere for it, and I couldn't find one. Finally, I went to Family Dollar's 2 years ago. I went to Family Dollar, and here they were. Now, the one that I saved under my coffee mugs in Pinterest, it's a little more round, like my cauldron is kind of like fat and round. This one is kind of tall, but it's still so cute. And the one that on Pinterest was a little more orange, and this is like a brick orange. That's okay. It's still super cute. The little brown handle and the little leaves, and it's orange on the inside. Okay. The coffee's getting gross now because it's getting cold. I don't like cold coffee. But I save. I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day. So I save and drink my coffee when I'm going to record with you guys, because I don't want to drink 2 cups of coffee. Sometimes I don't drink any, but this month I've been drinking some every day. My nerves been shot. They need it. And so it's been a really rough morning. Guys, that chili that I made yesterday, it was war in my stomach. I was like, oh Lord, what's happening to me? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe I ate it too late. Maybe, I don't know what happened. But it did not, it didn't do well. And I was sick from my husband went to work about 2 o'clock in the morning. From 2 to about 1 in the afternoon. I was like, oh Lord, please help me. Yeah, I was not well. And so now my stomach is soft. I'm not going to finish my coffee because we all know what happens when you drink coffee. But good news. You guys, I don't know if y'all told y'all, but the ice machine was broken. We have the refrigerator, like the double doors, and has on the outside has the water and the ice dispenser. But we have one for crush and one for crush. And the crush wasn't working, and that's all I use. My husband's like, but the cube still works. I'm like, I don't use a cube. I love to eat ice just by itself. So sometimes I'll just go fill up a cup of ice and I'll just eat it like that. I've been like that since I've been a kid. I'm sure, you know, when I was pregnant, they were saying, oh yeah, pica. No, guys, I've had this since like birth, okay? I've always eaten ice. Sometimes I used to put salt on it, pickle juice on it, but now since I'm older and sodium is not my friend, I can't do that. So I just have to do regular ice. Anyway, long story short, so I told him to call a repairman. Asked him very nicely. And he came, and long story short, the blade was broken or something. I'm like, well, don't you have one of those in your truck that you can fix it? Oh, no, ma'am, I have to order it. Huh? How many more days is that? So he finally came today. He called me at 6:45 in the morning. Miss Hunter? I'm like, Lord, who is this calling me? He's like, I have your, okay, well, come now. He's like, oh, I can't come till this afternoon. So he came right before my husband went to work, and Lord, it's all brand new. It works beautiful. So that's what I was choking from. So after I drank the coffee, I went to drink the water. But because I filled this up to the rim with crushed ice, there was no more water. I already swallowed it down. So I went like this, like held my head up so I got to drink it. Went down the wrong place. And I started choking. I was choking and choking and choking. And I was like, oh Lord. So then I had to start the video all over again because, I mean, I was choking. I was coughing. I thought I was gonna puke. Sounded like an old grandpa full of phlegm. I was like, oh Lord, I can't record that. I was like, oh, okay. Now that that fun is over, I'm going to show you guys how to make a prosperity spell using pumpkin seeds. These were the pumpkin seeds from yesterday from my pumpkin spell, which is burning quite nicely. I laid these out on a paper towel you guys saw yesterday, and then I just left them here on the floor under the ceiling fan, and they dried beautiful. If you have a food dehydrator, put them in that, or you can put them in the oven and dry them that way. I would dry them plain, just like that, wash them really well, and then just dry them nice and plain like this. So that way you can use them to make whatever you want for your spell work. Now, if you're going to eat these are great. These are really good for you to eat. Make sure you wash them really well, get all the gunk off of them, and then dry them really well. And then, not like overnight, just kind of get all the water off of it. And then you can line like a cookie sheet with foil or with like wax paper. And just put a little bit of oil, just enough to coat them. And you can put whatever you want. So if you want them sweet, you can do like cinnamon and sugar and nutmeg and pumpkin spice seasoning and, you know, allspice, nutmeg, all that type of stuff, right? I believe they sell a seasoning that's like pie mix or something. You can do that. You can do sugar, and you can do a little bit of vanilla, so they'll be sweet with the vanilla flavor and sugar. You can do lavender buds, because you know you can eat lavender buds, and just put like a little bit of sugar with some lavender buds, mix them up, and then do them like that. Or you can make them savory. You can do like lemon pepper. You can do sea salt. You can do sea salt and pepper, cracked black pepper. You can do like garlic, and then when they're done, you can put some Parmesan on top and eat them like that. There's so many ways. You can do them spicy. You can do the red chili flakes or the red chili powder, whatever, you know, fire in the whole stuff. Yeah, and then lay them out. Like what I do is I put them in a bowl, and then I mix them with the oil, and then I put my flavoring in there, and then I mix them all up. That way they evenly get coated. Because if you just put oil on them and then you lay them flat like that and then you put the seasoning on top, they're only going to get flavored on the top. Then you have to go in there halfway through, flip them over, try to flip them over and do the same thing. So if you just put them in a bowl and then you evenly coat them and then lay them out, they cook. Like you can roast them in the oven and they come out really good. It's a nice little treat. All right. So, but I'm going to show you how to use these pumpkin seeds in your spell work. So, like I said, it's best that you just dry them plain like this. So that way you can make whatever you want with them, and you'll have them ready. You can use them just like this, or you can dress them. And I'm going to show you how I dress them for my prosperity spells. So for me, I mostly use mine in just prosperity and wishes and good luck. You can also use these for fertility. You can use these for prosperity, wealth, abundance, money, luck, wishes. And abundance doesn't just have to be money. It could be an abundance of love, tranquility, peace, friendship, you know, love in your family, whatever it is that you want abundance, a lot of abundance to, things that you want to attract. But mostly, I use these just for money. All right. So first I'm going to show you how to dress them. Now dressing them just means you're just going to fix them just like you do a candle. You put oil, you put your herbs in there, and you're going to dress these. So that way these are ready to put into your mojo bags. You can use these and put them, you know, in your, you can put these into your into your wallets and your purses, like if you're just going to put them in like that. But if you're going to dress them, I suggest put them in a little Mojo bag. You know, that way they don't stain your purse or stain your wallet, whatever. You can make oils. You can put these around your candles. I mean, there's so many things that you can use these with. But for me, when I dress them, I use these when I make Mojo bags for money, or when I'm doing any type of a, you know, money spell. And I have some of these, I will go ahead and add them to the spell. Now, somebody asked me one time if you can grind these and turn them into powder. I'm pretty sure you could. You just have to dry them really, really, really good. Get all the moisture out of there and make sure these are one dry puppy, right? Dry them really well and then grind them, because if not, I mean, I don't know. Don't do it. Don't listen to me and do it, because then you're going to break your grinder and be like, Barbie, I broke my grinder. Yeah, see, don't listen. I don't know. I've never tried it. I've never tried it. You can try it if you want, but I don't know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to fix these first, or how to dress them first. And we're going to dress them. We're going to dress them with cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, and ground cloves and vanilla. So as I'm making this, I'm going to tell you what everything is good for and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and go down to the table. Okie dokie. Here are my seeds. You can use half of these. You don't have to use all these. Here are some that I have from the other time that I did some spell work. I have all of these too. And these are just plain and dry. These aren't dressed at all. So I do keep some plain ones. And then I'm going to go ahead and, I don't have any dressed ones, so I'm going to go ahead and use these. I've used all the dressed ones that I had in the last few spells that I've been doing. Okay, so we are going to dress this with cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, ground cloves. We're going to use some vanilla, and we're also going to use cinquefoil. If you don't have any cinquefoil, you definitely can use five-finger grass. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our ingredients. So I'm trying to think what I'm going to do first. I'm going to do my vanilla first. Yes, I'm going to do my vanilla first. So here, you can just use some regular vanilla. I bought this vanilla. The guy who I buy my statues from, he goes to the witch market in Mexico, and he buys my Santa Muerte statues, and I get like a lot of my native statues from him. Anyway, he goes and he buys these big things of Mexican, 100% Mexican vanilla. And he sold this to me. He sells it for $8. Isn't that amazing? I have two of these. They last me a long time. They're so good. Oh, smells so good. My grandmother used to use vanilla behind her ears. Like, no wonder Grandpa was never off of you. They had 15 kids. Stop putting that vanilla behind your ears. And so, yeah, she used to put it behind her ears. I was like, But vanilla is really good for love. It's good for lust. It's good for mental powers. And it's also good to sweeten any spell that you're doing. Okay. This I bought at the dollar store. It's just a baby spoon. You can use one of these, in fact, but I think what I'm going to use is one of these. I say these like when you go to get takeout and they give you these sporks. I always save them because I put them up here in my witchy room so you can use them to do your stuff. Okay, so you're just going to coat all these. Just that alone smells so good. Okay. All right, I have my ingredients here. And the next thing we're going to use is going to be cinnamon, my favorite go-to. Cinnamon is really good for success. It's good for healing. It's good for lust and protection, love. And it's also good for psychic power. So like if you're doing divination or you're doing anything that requires like divination or great mental focus, you could drink something with like cinnamon tea or something that has cinnamon in it, and that really helps boost that. But also it's good as a power boost. And you know, that's why I like to use cinnamon in a lot of my spells, because it adds that extra punch. Okay. I'm going to use 2 of those. The next thing we're going to use is going to be allspice. Where's my allspice? My allspice. Allspice is good for money. It's good for luck. It's good for healing. In fact, I need to grind these. Well, let me see. Think. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and grind these. It's going to grind a couple because, look, a couple. I'm going to do a few more because it's a big batch. Let me just go ahead and grind these. And these break really, really easy. But yeah, oh, this smells so good already, just the allspice. And again, depending on how much you're making is how much you're going to, as far as ingredients. Okay? So, since I like to make a good amount so I can have, you know, in case I'm doing any other type of work for anybody, I have some. Where are you going to go? Okay, let's put that here. All right. The next ingredient we're going to use is nutmeg. Where's my nutmeg? Nutmeg. Nutmeg is really good for luck. It's good for money. It's good for health, and it's good for what am I trying to think? If you're trying to keep your mate faithful, it's really good for that too. Of course, you know, you have to do it. You have to do other things with it, but that's one of the ingredients you can use. Now I'm also going to use ground cloves. Instead of using the ones that I have to grind up, I'm going to be using these. This one that I got from the dollar store. Ground cloves is really good for money again. Very good for money. It's like we've been making pie all week, right? Ooh, that smells so good. And then we're going to use, you can either use zinc foil or you could use 5-finger grass. 5-finger grass, or zinc foil is the ingredient, but they also have folk names under it. And one of the other names that zinc foil is under is 5-finger grass, which really isn't a grass at all. It's actually a flower. And it's also under, what's the other one? It's silver something. I can't think of it right offhand. But since I have both, I'm going to go ahead and use some 5-finger grass into small little helpings. 5-finger grass is really good to remove curses. So like if you had a curse on you and you needed something heavy duty to help remove that, you can bathe in 5-finger grass for 9 days straight, and that will help to remove a curse. You can make like a bath out of it. You don't have to do anything special. You can just put it either straight like that into the tub and sit in it, or you can put it like in a big tea bag type of thing, or like in a nylon something, you know, like if you have like a sheer sock or a nylon or anything, just put it in there and then throw it into your tub. And think of it like a big old cup of tea. And you're going to steep that 5-finger grass in that tub. And you're just going to soak in there. I would say no more like than 10, 15, 20 minutes tops. And you do that for 9 days, and it helps to remove any curses. 5-finger grass is really good for money. It's good for luck. It's good for lust. It's good for power, to give you kind of like, you know, like a power boost in any of your spells. It also gives you wisdom. And zinc foil is good for money and protection. It's good for like if you're trying to have any kind of like prophecy, dreams. It's good for that. It's good to help you sleep also. Okay, so you're just going to mix all these up. Now, again, only put zinc foil or 5-finger grass in this mixture if you know that nobody else is going to eat these, because you can't eat zinc foil or 5-finger grass. But all the other ingredients, like, you know, cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, ground cloves, and vanilla, you can eat those. So you're going to lay these out to dry. Okay, you can either lay them out to dry, like I do overnight, or you can put them in the oven if you want them to dry, you know, fast, if you don't want to wait, but I don't mind. So I'm just going to lay mine out like this overnight, and they do just fine. I'm in no rush. But if I would put them in my little toaster oven, and I would just, you know, roast them like that if you don't want to do your whole oven. But this is dressing your pumpkin seeds. This is how I dress my pumpkin seeds for money. Now, you don't have to use any of these ingredients that I use. The only reason why I use these ingredients is because they all represent money. And I have them all, and I have them all in abundance. So, you know, why am I going to go and look for something when I have these items here? This will all work together to do what I wanted to do, because I only want these for money. Whoopsie. No, get back in the pool. Back in the pool. Nobody escapes. Okay. So, see how simple that was? And I'm sure these are all ingredients that you have. Again, if you don't use any of these and use, like, I don't have nutmeg, but I have allspice and I have cinnamon. Okay, then use that. Or I have grains of paradise. Okay, we'll grind those up and use that. You know, you don't have to use all of these. It's just that's what I have. But I'm just trying to show you how you can use pumpkin seeds and dress them to do your bidding. So if you want to use these to help you for fertility, say you're going to be doing a lot of fertility spells, then use the oils and use the powders, the roots, the flowers, the minerals. Use all the ingredients that surround fertility, and you put those in there and you mix them all up. And then after everything's nice and mixed, remember, you're going to enchant your mixture. You can do it after each ingredient, or you can do it completely after. I do mine completely after. Now, if you are trying to do this one just for good luck and wishes, then of course, same thing. But since mine is going to be just for abundance, for money, success, riches, wealth, that's what I'm putting in there. Do you understand what I mean? All right. So these are just going to dry, and when these finish drying, tomorrow I'll just put them into a Ziploc baggie, and just like I have these dried ones, and I'll just put them with my supplies or put them in a jar. And when I'm going to do any type of money spells, I will use these in my mojo bags. Mostly I use these in mojo bags. I'll tell you that that's mostly where I use these dressed ones. But that's what you do to dress your seeds. Now, can you use other seeds and do this? Of course. But make sure the seed that you're using is used in magic somehow. Okay? So now I'm going to show y'all how to make the prosperity oil using the pumpkin seeds. All right, let's go back up on top. I said back up on top, but I forgot. I'm going to show you how to make it. So we're going to stay right here where we're at. So let's go ahead and cleanse our jar. I've already washed this jar with soap and water, so it's clean. But now we need to cleanse it, or some may say consecrate it. But you want to cleanse it and get any type of residual energy out of your jar. And you just want to make sure that it's nice and ready for you to go. This is an apple juice jar. They're so beautiful. I love them. Oh, okay. So I'm just going to put that right in there. Hold my hand over to cover. I need some more smoke. I'll need some more smoke. Palo Santo smells so good. You know, I read somebody's Instagram where they were talking about how how witches aren't helping. The trend of witches aren't helping because of them tearing down all of the Palo Santo trees, you know, to get our supplies and all the things that we use, right, to do magic, you know, and how it's in Palo Santo and sage is in big demand. So, you know, they're cutting down these things to manufacture them. And I totally get it because I'm vegan. So I totally understand that. I do. But I don't understand when it comes from a person who is being an advocate so hard and talking about, you know, what's happened to the trees that the witches are we're helping to destroy because we need to use Palo Santo and we need to use sage. But at the same time, while she's eating a cheeseburger, I just don't get it. Like, like you just can't care for one and not the other. But anyway, so I'm just going to smoke it. That's just me, you know. All right, let's put that back. So anyway, you can just do something like that. Again, if you have a spray, like this is my sage spray. I'm going to be showing y'all how to make a protecting spray and a cleansing spray from scratch. So if you can't buy something like this, I'm going to show you. I normally make my own. I just bought this because it was at the store and it smelled good. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy this. But I hardly ever use this too much because I like to smoke my stuff. And where's my lid? I don't know where that went. And I make my own. But anyway, we'll be doing that in a later video. All right, now that your jar is ready, we're going to go ahead and make a prosperity oil. And this prosperity oil is going to have some of my dressed pumpkin seeds. It's going to have some allspice in here, nutmeg, peppermint, and orange peel. And I'm also going to put some patchouli in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of my seeds. And again, don't make a lot if you're not going to use all of this oil. Only make what you're going to use. So there you go. And you can just kind of eyeball on how much you want to put in there. You know, I just put enough. All right, so I'm going to put some allspice. We already talked about what all these are good for. And I'm going to put those whole. Again, because you guys know I like my stuff to be chunky. I'm also going to be making a video showing y'all my recipes for those oils that I made. And I think I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will give y'all the recipe for some of those oils that I've made, like the 50 Shade Me oil and my Success oil and another oil that I have. And then we'll make a few. We'll make a few oil, just like simple oils. We'll make some. We'll do that for tomorrow. What am I doing now? Okay, I'm doing some, where are we? I'm doing, I did that. Oh, nutmeg. Now, I'm not going to put that much since I already have some on the, pumpkin seeds. Okay. And then since I don't have loose peppermint, I do have spearmint for my garden, but instead of that, I'm going to use my peppermint essential oil. Okay. Man, I dropped all my oils. So you can alternate when you're making an oil, and even when you're making a powder. Like if I was making those pumpkin seeds, and let's just say I wanted to put, I didn't have any ground cloves, but I had ground cloves oil. I would have substituted for that if I didn't have another substitute for something, you know, for that. Like if I didn't have anything else that I could substitute cloves for. So, but you definitely can, especially when you're making oils. You can just, instead of having the herb, you can put the oil. That's good. I usually use some of this on cotton balls, and then you put it around the house, and it helps to keep spiders away. Spiders don't like the smell of peppermint. I'm like, ooh, Lord, I need a whole bunch. We got Jurassic Park stuff out here. Okay, and I'm going to use some orange peels. Orange is really good for love. It's good for luck. It's good for money, and it's also good for divination. So before you do any kind of card readings or whatever type of divination, drink some either you want to drink something that's going to help you have that psychic awareness, that focus. So anything that has to do like, you know, either coffee or rosemary, peppermint, something with orange, something with cinnamon, you know, any of those will help. And it's just, that orange just smells so good. And then I'm going to use some patchouli. Now, again, you don't have to use all these. It's just I actually have it, so I'm not going to. If I only had but 3 of these things, I would use that. Patchouli is good for money, and it's good for fertility, and it's also good for lust. We don't want no babies here. I'll throw myself down the stairs. Hell no. I'm all babied out, guys. All right, so that's all that's going to go in here. Now, if I wanted to put some oils in here, you can, at this point, go ahead and put yours. Like I put peppermint in here. If I didn't have any other, like this is going to be for prosperity, I can add my oil that I made. This is my High John the Conqueror root oil that I made. I could put a couple of drops of that. I could use some of this. This is my pine needle oil that I made. And actually, I'm going to put some of that in there. Pine oil. Pine is really good for money. Where's my squeezy? Oh, idiot, it's right here. Pine is very good for money. And I made this. I just collected some dry pine needles from the ground. And I put some grapeseed oil in there and enchanted over that. And made me some oil. All right. Now, I have some essential oils I'm going to put in here. Bergamot is very good for money as well. Now, if you just have some bergamot oil, you definitely could take some bergamot and just rub it, put a little bit on your finger and rub some of this oil in just the bergamot by itself. Or any money oil that you have, but especially bergamot. Rub some of that oil in your wallet where you keep your money. Guys, I'm telling you, it sounds simple, and it is, and it's so effective. I already put peppermint, but here's another peppermint essential oil. I already put that in there. Let me make sure I don't want to put any of these in there. And here's some zinc foil. So I didn't have the herb zinc foil, but I had 5-finger grass. So I put 5-finger grass in my seeds, remember? So I'm going to put some zinc foil oil in here. Zinc foil is, like I said, it's great for money and protection. It's good for prophet dreams. It's good for sleep, and it's also good like for abundance, you know. We want to use all that. All right, so that's all that I'm going to put in here. And at this time, you can use jojoba oil. You can put grapeseed oil. You can put olive oil. But when I do money, I either use jojoba or I use grapeseed. Those are my 2 favorite that I love to use for money. So I'm going to do grapeseed. All right. And so off camera, I'm going to enchant both of my oil and my seeds. Look how pretty that is. It's so super easy to do this. Now, if you want your oils to last longer, go ahead and put a few drops of vitamin E in there, and it'll give it more shelf life. But I use my oils pretty fast, especially money. I do money spells weekly. I said, ooh, that's a gritty heifer. No, I do. Not just for me, but I have clients, and I also do for my family and friends. So I'm always doing abundance. Because think about it, everybody needs money. We all need money. There's no shame in that. So I'm always using abundance oil. So for me, this is going to be good because I'll use this up. And I like to make it in small batches because that way I can make more. and just, you know, make it fresh and keep it going. Now, if you want, you can add grains of paradise in here. You can add anything that you want for money, but this is just a very simple prosperity oil that you can use using pumpkin seeds. Let's go back up to the top. All right, guys. Ooh, my right hand is itching. You know what they say, when your right hand itches, that means you're getting money. And when your left hand itches, that means you are losing money. At least that's what my mom used to tell me all the time. I'm like, please itch today. I say, girl, that is that rash on your hand. No rash. All right, so I hope y'all like this video. This is a really simple way just to teach you guys how to not throw your pumpkin seeds away. You can eat them in all kinds of unique ways, and you definitely can. There's so many nutritional values in pumpkin seeds, and so definitely look those up because they're really good to have. But magical wise, you can dress them. They're super easy to dress. Be creative, guys. There's so many ways of doing this for yourself. And oh, my hand is itching. Then use your pumpkin seeds and make you a nice prosperity oil. We all need money, guys, and it's so super easy. And I'm going to tell y'all, the key to making oils and making your own herbal blends, your own incense, the key to doing spell work, any type of spell work, we're doing mojo bags, you're doing, any type of candle magic and making oils, regardless of whatever magical path that you're doing, if you're doing a religion like Santeria, you're doing voodoo, or you're doing something like hoodoo, or you're doing Palo, or you're doing European witchcraft, or you're doing whatever it is, whatever style of magic path that you are following, it's all going to be the same as far as the way that you do your work and making your bags and your candles and your oils and your spells is to know your roots, your minerals, your herbs, your spices, your flowers. Know all of your ingredients. Using, knowing how to use animal or zoological curios, like animal hair, or finding dead bugs outside, or getting, whatever it is that you're doing. If you're using spiders, if you're using scorpions, I don't suggest you go out there and you kill anything. But if you find something outside it's already dead, more power to you. But what I'm saying is that the key to success in any magic, in any type of magic, is knowing your ingredients. Just like a cook, you can be a great chef. Y'all see those shows, Chopped. They give them a basket of different ingredients. Make a dinner using these 5 ingredients, and they're like, I don't know what, 4 different chefs there, and they all have the same ingredients in their basket, but they all know exactly. They know what each ingredient is. They know how to use it, whether it's sweet, savory, spicy, and then they figure out how to create something wonderful. And every dish is completely different, but it all contains the same ingredients, and it has the same effect, so it doesn't matter how you dress it. It doesn't matter how you mix it. If you know your ingredients, you're going to be able to produce great spell work. And that's the key. I think that's the key as far as putting it together. We all know the intentions, are the number one. That's the fuel. That's the fuel that powers everything. But you got to know your ingredients. So definitely don't, if you only have enough money to buy like 1 book at a time, don't waste your money on buying a spell book. Use your money to buy a great herb book. You want to get some books that are going to teach you about herbs and how to use herbs and flowers and roots, zoological, curios, learning how to use everything. What is it? What are the folk names? If you follow the planetary signs and the elements, definitely, find a book that has that. And then the usage. How can I use this for my magical, culinary, and medicinal? So can I eat it? Can I do spell work with it? And can I make medicine? So you definitely want to learn from, that's how you want to start learning the craft, is your ingredients. Anyway, that's just me. All right, guys. I hope y'all like this video. As always, love you all and see y'all tomorrow. Bye.